If you're a storyboard artist, you know the feeling. The constant revision requests, those endless production meetings, and just the sheer pressure to pump out hundreds of frames a week. It's a grind. But what if I told you there's a way to get a huge chunk of your time back? Not by cutting corners, but by actually amplifying your creative power. Okay, let's get into it. Just take a look at this number, 15 to 20. That's the number of hours per week that the average storyboard artist spends stuck in meetings and reviews instead of actually drawing. I mean, think about that. That's 2 full workdays. Gone. Vanished. It's no wonder you're scrambling to hit deadlines. This right here, this is the time crisis we're going to solve. And the pressure is just intense, isn't it? Because what you're doing is so foundational. You're essentially creating the raw footage for the entire show. Everything and everyone downstream is building on your work. It's a massive responsibility. But the good news is your toolkit is about to get a serious upgrade. So here's our game plan. We're going to break this down into 4 parts. First, we'll look at the new toolkit and where AI fits in. Then, we'll introduce a professional framework to get you consistent, top-tier results. After that, we'll do a little demo, going from vague to visual. And finally, we'll talk about the real-world return. Yep, your time and your money.
Okay, first up, the new toolkit looking at AI as an amplifier. And let's get one thing straight right away. This is not about replacement. It is about amplification. We're talking about the next step in the evolution of your tools, one that's designed to do the heavy lifting so you can focus on what you do best, the art.
I mean, think about how your workflow has already evolved. You went from pen and paper to sketching digitally in Photoshop. Then you probably jumped on specialized software like Storyboard Pro to make things even faster. Well, AI prompting is just the next logical step. You're moving from drawing a visual to describing it to get an incredibly powerful head start. And this, right here, is the key to the whole thing, knowing the division of labor. Think of AI as your workhorse. It's a beast at exploring concepts super fast, keeping characters consistent, banging out background assets, and trying out different lighting setups. But you're the director. You handle the stuff AI has no clue about. The story beats, the subtle acting choices, the shot transitions, all that stuff requires your artistic judgment. The magic really happens right where those 2 skill sets meet. So how do you actually get professional results and not just those weird AI-looking images? You need a system. Just poking around gets you generic stuff. A professional workflow gets you production-ready assets. And that's exactly why we use a framework we call Canvas. It's a systematic approach that makes sure you're getting quality and intention with every single image.
So Canvas is just an acronym, a kind of checklist to keep you on track. It starts with C for concept, what's the story beat? Then A for assemble, you gather all your ingredients, character info, location details. N is for navigate, planning how the shots flow together. Then V for visualize, which is writing the actual prompt. The second A is for animate, thinking about motion. And finally, S for style, to make sure it matches the look of the production.
All right, theory is great, but let's see this thing in action. We're going to take a super simple story idea, a character walking into a mysterious library, and see the night and day difference between a simple, vague prompt and one that's built using that Canvas framework.
Okay, so look at this. On the left, the beginner prompt, a person walking into a library. The result is, well, it's pretty generic, totally boring, it tells you nothing. Now look at the right. That's a Canvas prompt. We've specified the camera angle, the character, the mood, the lighting, even the art style. See the difference? One is just a random picture. The other is a story moment. And this brings us to maybe the most important rule of all. AI generates, but you direct. Never, ever just hand over raw AI output. Think of the AI as your junior artist. It's super fast, it gives you a first draft, an underdrawing, but you are still the storyboard artist. You're the one who refines it, adds the acting, and makes sure it serves the story. Now, when you're starting out, you're going to hit a few common snags. We all do. Your character might look a little different in every panel, or the shots just don't feel like they cut together. Or maybe the AI gives you this super realistic image when you just need a rough sketch. But here's the thing. These are all solved by being intentional. Use character reference prompts, think about that navigate step in Canvas, and tell the AI what you need, like give me a storyboard sketch. Okay, so this all sounds professional, but what's the bottom line? What you actually get back? Let's talk about your most valuable resources, your time, and by extension, your money. Because this is where this whole thing goes from being a cool piece of tech to a genuine game changer. And here is the hard data.
A traditional storyboarding sequence takes, on average, about 13 hours. Now look what happens with an AI-assisted workflow. That time gets slashed down to just 7 hours. That's almost half the time saved on every single sequence.
So what does saving all that time mean in the real world? It means this: $70,000. If you're getting back about 18 hours a week at a standard industry rate, that adds up to the potential to take on an extra 70 grand in billable work every year. That's not just a little bump. That can literally change your career.
So, what are the big takeaways here? Let's boil it down. Rule number 1, AI generates, you direct. Always. Rule number 2, specificity is your best friend. Vague prompts get vague results. Rule number 3, iterate. Don't just settle for the first image you get. And finally, always use a framework like Canvas to keep your work consistent and professional.
And look, if there's one thought I want to leave you with, it's this one. This is not about replacing your artistry. It's about amplifying it. It's about getting rid of the tedious, repetitive stuff so you can pour all that extra energy into what really matters: the performance, the pacing, the emotion, the story. You're amplifying what makes you a great artist in the first place. So, this new way of working can give you back an average of 18 hours a week. The final question is really for you. What will you do with that time? Will you finally start that personal project, take on more clients you're excited about, or just get some well-deserved rest to avoid burnout and come back to your work even stronger? The possibilities, they're all yours.